I think it's safe to say that our luck has officially turned around, guys. We are back, baby. We are fucking back.
We're back. Yeah. Classic. We are back. We are back.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to be running the new Black Yellow Luffy PRB2 deck list. This list I found on X from a Japanese player who won his own locals with this specific deck list, and I wanted to showcase it today. For those of you who don't know, BY Luffy, per the rules, just to read you what the leader does, per the rules, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of your hand, and on Dawn ×2, activate main once per turn. You may discard one card, and if your life is at 0 cards, you may add up to 2 5-cost characters from your hand or trash to your life face up. Now that's important right there, 2 5-cost characters. It doesn't matter as long as it's a 5-cost, but that doesn't really matter because we're not running the yellow Sanji 5-cost today in his list. But just to get into it, we'll go through each of the cards and just explain as to why each specific card was chosen, or what tech options we chose today, or he chose to play, I should say. Sorry about that. To start off, we're good with our 2K counters. We have our Charlotte Flampe, of course, on play. Add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life and draw 1 card, so essentially a draw 2, right? And 1 from life, 1 from deck. The next 2K is your Capone. Capone is a 2K counter, 1 cost. On play, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom to your life to your hand, and then you can add 1 character with the Supernova type on top of your life face up. And with that, I think I know why he runs just 2 of these, and it's because of the fact that the only card that you can put up to your life with this deck list is the Monkey D. Luffy Supernova. Supernova in the text, and so yeah, essentially that's what I think he implemented this for, was just for that, to be able to cheat that out with a baby. Next is the Makino. You may add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand. Look at your life cards, then return them in any order. Really good if you want to start spinning early with your deck, and you have all the right pieces, of course. Now those are all the 2Ks. He runs 10, essentially 10 2Ks, which is not that bad. Next, we're gonna go to our searchers. I'll go through these one by one. Don't worry, we'll go back to some of them. But the searchers are gonna be 4 Garps as usual. Search for Sabo, Ace, or Luffy with a cost of 5 or less. Then put into your hand. Next one is gonna be the 3 Brothers Bond. Run 4 of those. Does the same thing too. 5 or less Sabo, Ace, or Monkey D. Luffy. And you're running 8 searchers total, right? Next you have the babies, of course, that they call babies in this deck. It's the 4 Sabos, the 4 Aces, and the 4 Monkey D. Luffys. And you see what this does is you reveal the top card of your life, which you already know what it is. If it's face down or if it's face up, you already know what it is, and you play it out. Trash this card, and you give your leader plus 2,000 power till the end of your opponent's next turn, which is how this deck runs. You got 4 of those each. Next, for the big bodies, you have 4 Sabos, right? The blocker Sabo from OP04 on play. None of your characters can be KO'd by effects, which is really good, and then you cycle your cards, draw 2, trash 2. Running 4 of those. Next is the new PRB2 Ace that just came out, and we'll talk about here in detail. Essentially what this card is: no counter, 5 cost, 7,000 power character, and on play, if you have a face up life card, play up to 1 Sabo, Ace, or Monkey D. Luffy with a cost of 2 from your hand or trash. So essentially you're able to play a free baby, right? And that allows you to spin better with this deck now that Gecko Moria is no longer in it, right? So imagine, for instance, which we'll see later in the gameplay, for instance, you put this on top of your life, you play this out, you have a baby in trash that you can play to play out the next big body on top of your life, which is a better improvement than what it was prior to PRB2, right? But anyways, we'll see that in action later here in the gameplay. Next, we have the 2 Rush Aces, only running 2 of those on play. If you have 2 or less life, this character gains Rush. Next big body and last big body in this deck is going to be the Supernova that we were talking about that runs with the Capone Bege. Plus 1000 counter, 5 cost, 6000. Everyone knows this card. Activate main once per turn. This character gains plus 2000 until the start of your next turn. Then if you have 1 or more life, you draw 1 card and trash the top card of your life. You know, we'll see how this works in turn with the Capone. But next, my favorite tech options. What he was running was different tech options wise, and I'll come to explain that here in a minute. But first, our first tech option is a counter, 2 cost. Blackbeard Pirates card, right? Counter, nullify the effects of up to one of your opponent's leader or characters and give them minus 4000 power during this turn, with a trigger of nullify the effects of up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters during this turn. So, you know, essentially what the counter does without the minus 4K. Running 2 of these because of the fact that Green Zoro is kind of rampant and it's a good counter to use against him, especially if you're in a pickle. Next, he was running just 2 of these. Next tech option is going to be the Let's Meet in the New World 2 cost counter. Give up to one of your leaders or characters plus 4000 power for this battle. Then if you have 0 life cards, draw 1 card. Now, the original deck list had this. Oh, I forgot. The triggers KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost equal to or less than your opponent's life cards. So it's a decent trigger depending on in what state of the game you're playing it, or you got it from life. Now, the original deck list, like I was saying, has 4 of these. I did not like that. I don't think you're gonna want to be at 0 life a lot of the times and be able to utilize that draw 1 card, which is why in turn I added 2 of the 1 cost OP10 room event cards. Now this is counter. If you have 1 or less life, give up to one of your leader or characters plus 3000 power for this battle. Then set up to one of your 5 cost or lower characters active with a trigger of draw 1 card. Now I love this card a lot in this deck because of the fact that imagine you're in a situation where you have to use your Sabo, right? Sabo's 5 cost, 6000. All right, you block. You use room 1 Dawn to counter out. You're at 9k. You probably counter out of the attack from there, and then you set it back as active. So you have 2 blockers, essentially 2 blockers, right? And I think it's not just for the Sabo. I'm just giving an example there. It could be for any of these cards that you don't want to get to disappear from the board if you want to maintain control. Now, when we get into this effect a little more, you can give plus 3000 power to a leader or character, then choose any 5 cost or lower character as active. It doesn't have to be the one you use to counter on. I probably should explain it that way so that there's no confusion. Now, I wanted to run 2 because I had not tried using Let's Meet in the New World. I'm not sure I like it because, you know, like I said, I don't want to be at 0 life a lot of the times. But I think it would be nice to have 4 rooms instead of just 2. But we'll see. We'll get into the gameplay of this, and that's essentially the BY Luffy deck list we're gonna get into today. And I'm hoping this is as a you know, BY Luffy player. This was like the 3rd deck I ever got in the One Piece card game. I'm hoping that it boosts BY Luffy a little more. I don't know how it'll do in the blue purple, but you know, we'll get into that here in a bit. So I'll see you guys in the gameplay. Okay, we are up against a GY Yamato. We'll take first. We have 2 big bodies and a small body. Counter and actually we'll keep this. I think this is good. Put in 1. I think we kind of want babies early. I'm gonna get the ace just in case. Pass it over. got the Hiyori. Take. So we're gonna touch all. Go for 5. Probably counter. And then we'll go for 5 again. They take and turn. Pass it back over. Hopefully we can bring out a Luffy. And hopefully they do attack us. I think it would be pretty decent. What's this? Demonic Aura 9 sword. 8K, we'll take. Got a Bega and a Baby Sabo. They're gonna put back a good trigger, I bet. I think we go for the Luffy play. Attack for 5, pass. They might banish. We'd have to counter 2 2Ks. We have 5K of counter. We don't want to get rid of the babies. I should have left. Should have. Actually, I'm not sure. I think that was good. We'll see. Just depends if they have an Onami in hand or 6. Okay. They go all out for it. Use trigger. Take the Sabo. Return. No trigger. That's perfect. Now we can start spinning. I don't think they should have done that, to be honest, but always do this first. Touch 2. Trash 1. We're gonna do I think we're gonna do Ace. No. We're gonna do Sabo and then Monkey. Yeah. I'm not afraid to actually go for this Sabo because we'll be at 9K and we do have the room event to restand our Sabo, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Player 2 cost, trash, draw 2, trash 2 to cycle out. I think we're going to trash these 2 bodies so we can keep all the 2Ks, go for 8, and then go for 11. And hopefully we can get them by the next turn. So they got the Kikunojo out, finish that. We're at 9K, past a turn. We should be good. Okay, they got the Hody, rest. Perfect. They only have 1 Dawn to work with, so they only have 1 attack, really. And I'm not sure why they did that, but this person must have misplayed, or they didn't think about it, that I'm at 9,000. Okay, so they attach 2, 10. We're gonna counter out for 2. Get that Bege out of here. 11. Okay, now it's our turn. We start spinning again. First we use the abilities, and I'm actually gonna bait this out, see what we can get. 8. Yep, that's game because he knows. 2K, that's 6K, 7, 8K of counter that they had. I think, yeah, no, they wouldn't have been able to after 1 more attack. Okay, well, that's that game. I'll move on to the next. Okay, we have our next match. It's the red-black Koby. I think we're going to keep this. I like this hand. Not bad. We have a searcher, counter, and baby and a big body. And we got the ace baby. That's pretty lucky. Search. We will take I don't mind taking another Sabo. Or a big ace. I think we'll take a big ace. Pass it over. Okay, they got the brand new searcher. They're at 5 in the trash. That's pretty quick. 5 trash. 7. 6, 5 we take, of course. 4. We're gonna go. Not really much we can do. I'm gonna keep that just in case they try to go attach a bunch of Dawn to their characters. Go 8, take, pass the turn. I think next turn if they take our life we'll go ace. If they do, we'll take, use trigger, go for the monkey D. Luffy. It's the only thing we can grab, so we don't have a baby for that. So hopefully we get one here soon. Got the peacock out. And the Kuzan. Okay, and they pass it back to us. What we're gonna do now is just bring out the rush ace, but first I think we're gonna attack for 5. That's done. Bring out the ace. Go for 7. Counter out. Okay, perfect. Pass it back over. We have 1 2K. We have 2 bricks. See, that's the problem with this new PRB2 Ace is it's just a brick, right? Till you can actually start cycling it from your trash to your life. So we'll see. Got that. Bring the Koby out to give plus 1,000 to their leader, and it gains ephemeral, or whatever that is. Go ahead. They might remove the Son Goku or the brand new. They do the brand new. I'd keep the brand new. It's 3K. They go for 7. I think we're gonna block out of this one just because I want them to spend more time on this. Okay, disappears. Peacock 8. Should we let it go so they'll attack us next? I think the answer to that is yes, because they can hit us with a 5K again. Okay, go ahead. Resolve. We got the baby ace. Hit us with a. If they're not dumb, they won't hit us. Yep, perfect. 2 Sabos, 2 base, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's not really much we can do except we can use this to start cycling, and I'm not sure we want to do that, but I think we have to at this point in time. Deploy, take the top life, choose 0 friendly cards. We do have this, start cycling, attach 2, trash 1. We're gonna trash the Sabo, put the Sabo Ace, I think, yeah, Sabo Ace, put the Ace out, trash that, plus 2, go for 7. I think we're gonna go for board, so we have more board control. Okay, let's do another 2 for the Sabo. Trash the base. We need to keep 1 just in case. I trashed the Sabo at this point in time. And then go for 11. Remove the blocker. Okay, and then pass over the turn. We still have room just in case. So this is going to be really good. And see, this is why I wanted to run 4 of the rooms. I think that's instead of the other event, because I think it's more useful. They're going to try to attack my Sabo now. Obviously, we can't counter out of that, but I think what we will do is 7, 8, 9, trash the Sabo, and then restand our ace. because we already have an ace in trash, right? Yep. Okay, so room, no blocker, room, 9, restand, and then get rid of 1 Sabo. They're probably like, what just happened there? 5k, can't really do anything there. I think that was a misclick on his end. He can't attack me either, and this is just going to be an easy 2k, but because I do want to start cycling it, although it might be safer to have another Sabo on board, we're just going to counter out of this. Okay, done. Back to our turn. We're going to attach 2. Let's search first. That gives us 6 Dawn to work with. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I don't think we should search actually. Now that I think about it, I think what we do next is okay, so we got the Sabo. There's no baby monkey Luffy, is there? No. Where did I see the monkey D. Luffy? That's weird. Okay, well. I think we get rid of the 2k here. Yeah. I played that off wrong. I should. Yeah, well, they only had 3k. It would have been 7, 11, and then next turn, because we already have 2 blockers on board, they wouldn't have been able to get out of that anyway, so maybe he was just kind of impatient. But that's fine. We got that game, and I'm sure they couldn't have gone for game either. Yeah, they couldn't have gone for game. We have the room. See, restand our Sabo blockers, so GG. Alright, we have our next match, Perona. We're going to keep this hand, play out the Searcher, get the Monkey D. Luffy for sure. Or actually, I think the Ace would be nice too. So we're going to do that instead, because I do want to play out the Rush Ace just in case. But I don't think they'll rush us. They can only rush our 4-cost characters. So let's go Monkey. Return that and pass it over. It's always nice to have that room in hand. Okay, they got the Thriller Bark. Pass it over. We have the other event card. I think we're gonna just go. Do we search again? I think so. Get the Sabo this time. We already have a monkey in hand. That's 2Ks to the bottom. Attach the rest. Go for 7. They take. I wouldn't counter out of this. Pass it back. $6,000 we take. I'd rather not, I don't think. Yeah, there's no point in using that. Okay, so we got 5. We're at 3 life still. I don't really see the point in that. We'll just go 5. Play the Luffy, pass it over. That was a 2k, right? I should have gone 2k Garb. That's a misplay right there. That's my bad. 2k with Garb and then 5k to life, so I would have gotten at least 1 more card out of their hand. They're using the new Gecko Moria from PRB2. Let's see if they hit us here. Rest, attack, resolve, go for life, resolve. We'll take that. That's a nice 2k to have. We're at 7, so I am going to search first. Let's take Baby Sabo. Good thing we got that. Next we're gonna do... What's good here? Let's see if they'll give us that. Seven. Okay, we'll trash the top. And luckily it was a Sabo. And that's gone, and we cleared board, and we're going to pass it back over. And we still have our event cards in hand. Perfect. Get that over there. Get this there. 1-2K. Okay. Rebecca with the on KO. I think we have to start going for life here. I mean, they can just spin all day because of the thrill of bark. 8K. We'll bump out of this one. 9. 5K. I'll take. I don't know why you want to do that. That was not a good idea, and we have 2 of our rooms. This is actually perfect. Okay, so we're gonna attach 2. Use this ability first. I'm gonna go for 7 here. Okay, they counter out, then we're gonna go for 8. Blocker, yep. Okay, next we're gonna do trash 1. We're gonna trash the Sabo. Sabo Luffy. Luffy. Take. Next. Sabo. Take. Trash 2. We don't need that, and we don't need that. Well, they give up 2 because they know. So far today, if you notice our games, people keep leaving, and it's because of the fact that it's hard to once Black Yellow Luffy starts spinning, it's really hard to counter out of that, especially hit a big body like this with leaders that we've been going up against today. We haven't been able to find anyone that's been playing UP Luffy or GP Luffy, so that was another dub. We'll go 1 more and we'll see. Hopefully we get a meta leader like Zoro or someone. Okay, we finally have a green Zoro. We're going to take first from them just because we don't want them to have first. We have the room in hand. I think that's kind of useful to have. We don't have any searchers. I'm not sure if this is something we want to keep, but I'm going to mulligan this. Okay, it's an even better hand, luckily. So we're going to play out the Garb Search, get a baby Sabo, I guess. Yeah, because that's 3. We have 1 more, and I'm not sure we're going to get that anytime soon. So let's just go for the baby, pass it over. They're on their 2-down turn. Draw a card. Blocker, of course. We have our Machina here. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is just do the same thing we usually do. Go 5 and then go 5 again. Pass that back. Oh, they take both. That's kind of weird. I don't think they want to go low this early into the game, so but we'll see. We'll see. We don't have any of our big bodies yet that we want to be seeing, so this is going to be an interesting game. 9K. Take, of course, and then he's going to attack us again once per turn. Boom. We're going to take that, use the trigger effect, and get another Sabo, but I think we're better off with the Ace, just in case. Return cards to deck. Yeah, we'll take the Ace, even though don't really need it. We have 3 2Ks in hand, so we're in a good spot. I'm not really in a rush. We'll do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have any 5k that we want to play out. We especially don't want to play out the Sabo because next turn they can just Queena and rest it and attack into it, and we don't want to be saving a card like that this early. Past the turnover, they're down to 2 life. They still have 1 blocker. They don't want to get rid of it. But oh, it doesn't have block. Oh no, it's permanently blocker. So they got the Cavendish attack into us. Resolve. We'll take that Monkey D. Luffy. That's good. Okay, next. We're not gonna start spinning just yet, but I am gonna. We don't want the Sabo out either. I don't want to develop a body. We can't develop any bodies currently. Do we risk and take a look? We have 3 other 2Ks, which is good. I think we're gonna deploy a Makino and start spinning here a bit. Or see, Green Zoro is such a weird deck. He's gonna attack twice. We're gonna take each time. This forces him to get rid of one of his blockers. So I think we're gonna do this. Block out. Oh, he doesn't. He takes again. That's so weird. Let's see. They got the Mihawk turn now. Develop 4. Use Cavendish 1 more. That's 5 cost. You can bring out a Koina or someone or whatever that card is. 7k. We're gonna take this, of course. Nope, we're not gonna use that. We're gonna keep this in our hand because this is the only 2 that we have in this deck list. Go ahead, 8k. We're gonna take, and they can't swing again. I don't think they want to swing. Yep, I knew they didn't want to swing just because they don't want us to start spinning just yet. But luckily, we have the Flampe. So I think that's what we're gonna start doing. We're gonna go for the Flampe, take top life, and we get a Sabo. We got 2 Sabos, 2 babies, 1 ace, 1 big ace, 2, 3 2Ks, and 1 Luffy. I think we're gonna do a search. Actually, just to be safe, let's add this to there. We have 2, 4, 5, 6 Dawn to work with, so 1 for that, and we're gonna search Monkey D. Luffy. It's perfect. We have 1 ace, Monkey D. Luffy. Turn cards to deck. Now we're gonna trash 1 card. Gonna make it the Sabo, and then put yeah, I think this is the right play. Go there, bring the Luffy out. Next, bring the Sabo out. Draw 2, trash 2. I think we're gonna get rid of 1 Sabo just because we can spin it with the ace and get rid of the big Sabo. So big Sabo, or we can get rid of the small Sabo. The big ace, which I think is a good idea actually. We're gonna do that. Go for the Cavendish just so they quit developing Dawn. We could have just gone for the face, I think, but here at least we get to bait out the Mihawk, get 2 2Ks. Okay, and then we go ahead and pass the turnover. We have 1 blocker. They're probably gonna rest it with a Quina. But then we can just room and restand it. Boom, they got 6, and then with the Cavendish, but I don't see how they're gonna attack with the Cavendish. We'll probably try to go for face from now on, I'm thinking. They restand their Dawn, no blocker, resolve. Nine. It's just a 1k. We might have to give him a 2k here just because I do want to keep our babies in hand. We'll probably get rid of the Makino. Yeah, no blocker. We'll just get rid of the 2k. Feels bad, but it is what it is. I don't think they can hit us with anything else really. Restand. Honestly, we might just give them the baby Sabo again. because we can respin it with the port gas ace. I think we're gonna do that. Okay, we got the big ace. What we're gonna do is attach 2. Gain. I kind of want to bait it out just to see what he'll do. 8. Okay, he takes it. That's weird. Okay. At this point, I think the safe bet is to trash the ace. We're gonna do Sabo ace. Yeah, Sabo ace. We got the baby Luffy and the baby Sabo. So what we're gonna do is get rid of the Luffy because we're not really spinning Luffy right now. We're gonna keep the ace for the big body next game. Get rid of 1 room maybe. I'm not sure, I don't think we do. I think we get rid of a 2K at this point in time. So we're gonna do that. Go for nine. Block out. Or counter. Or Paradise Falls. Okay, block out. Then we're gonna go for 11. I need 7K. Okay, block out. Counter out, I'm assuming. No, they don't counter out, which is good for us. So we're gonna pass this over to them and see where this goes. We're in a really good position just because of the rooms that we have, meaning we can use each blocker at the very least twice. They do rest it. That's going to give them Mordon. Resolve. We're in a good spot, so we'll see. We will see. Nine. They're going to restand one more. 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to counter out of this, give a 3K 9, then you give a 2K to restand it. So let's do that. Counter, 9K, restand, give a 2K. They're going to attack again. Leader this time. We're going to give a 2K. Then they're going to do 3, restand, attack again. We'll give him a blocker this time. Actually, yeah, he has bricks in his hand especially. I think in that situation we would have just restood. We would have countered out with the room and restood one of our Sabos just in case any funny business went on if he tried to attack with the Mihawk into one of them. But that's the Green Zoro game, so GG. I know I said a while ago that we haven't been finding meta decks, and this is the first one that we went against. No blue, purple Luffy, so I'm still waiting to get matched with one of those. But anyways, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So, have a good one.